What's up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, the Toronto International Film Festival has just set its lineup, and it's pretty impressive. Now Sundance and the Toronto International Film Festival are probably my favorite film festivals there are. Now, granted, I never really been to any of these film festivals or anything like that, but I still really like the movies that come out from these film festivals, and also that being said, here are the lineup for Toronto International Film Festival. All right. Uh, there is the film's premiering will be A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is of course about the trailer of this just got released yesterday, which is a biopic about Fred Rogers and his relationship with journalist Tom Janad, played by Matthew Reeves. Tom Hanks played Fred Rogers. We got Chris Cooper in this. Really cool cast, and cannot wait to see that. And come on, Fred Rogers, he was great. So a biopic about him, sign me up. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen Won't You Be My Neighbor yet, check that one out. It's a really fantastic film. Anyway, there's also the animated movie Abominable, which is about the story of a magical yeti that must return to his family, and he of course encounters a girl and her friends and all. That actually looks pretty cute. It's from DreamWorks Animation. I'm kind of really intrigued by that. There's also a film called American Woman, which is directed by Semi Chalez and stars the likes of Hong Chow, Ellen Burstyn, Sarah Gadon, Loa Clark, and it's about political activist Shadows Harris, Patty Hearst, who later goes from a kidnapped victim to pretty much allying to her kidnappers. So I don't know a whole lot about Patty Hearst, but I read a little stuff about that, and boy, that's crazy. Read. But hey, I'm always fascinated about a true story event, so like a true story aspect. So I'll still probably get that one. Yeah. There's also a film called Blackbird, which is directed by Roger Mitchell and features a cast that includes Susan Sarandon, Kate Winslet, Mia Wasikowska, Sam Neill, Lindsay Duncan, Rainn Wilson, Beck Taylor Klaus, Anson Boone, and it's pretty much a family spanning three generations comes together over a weekend at their country house to be with their terminally ill mother, named Lily, played by Sarandon for the first time. And so, like, as tensions brew between Lily's daughters, Jennifer, played by Winslet, and Anna, played by Wasikowska, secrets emerge, dreading hopes of a peaceful farewell. So this looks like it's gonna have some. This looks like it's gonna have some tearjerker moments. I mean, you got Susan Sarandon involved. Sign me up there. So I mean, I'll probably give this one a shot. And Roger Mitchell, cool director. But anyway, all right. There's also other films premiering is Clemency, which stars Alfred Woodard as a prison warden who has presided over numerous executions of death row inmates and suffers a crisis of conscience. I don't know a whole lot about that, but it sounds interesting. I mean, you had me at Alfred Woodard, so she's involved. I'll probably want a shot. Okay, there's a Ford versus Ferrari, which stars Christian Bale and Matt Damon, and you got and it's pretty much about American car designer Carroll Shelby and driver Ken Miles, who battle corporate interference and the laws of physics and their own personal demons to build a revolutionary race car for Ford and challenge Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1966. That looks amazing. I mean, they of course released a trailer not so long ago, and I cannot wait to see that. Anyway, there's also Harriet, which is about Harriet Tubman and stars Cynthia Erivo as the Tyro. The trailer for that just got released. That looks interesting. There's the not so good looking movie Hustlers with Jennifer Lopez, Constance Wu, Julia Stiles, Kiki Palmer, Lily Reinhardt, Cardi B, Lizzo. I mean, that movie just doesn't look that good at all. I mean, it's pretty much about like these. It tells the story of of employees at a strip club who turns the tables on on the Wall Street clients who objectify them and all that. So I don't know. That does not look all that great. And I love Jennifer Lopez, but yeah. There now this had me by surprise. Joker is going to be premiering at TIFF. That screams that this movie, like they believe in this movie. They really believe that this film could, like they believe that this film could be an Oscar contender. I mean, you get like a caliber like Joaquin Phoenix in this. Yeah, there's that. You got Robert De Niro in this. I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be an Oscar contender now. So yeah, that. I mean, of course, the last actor who ended up winning an Oscar, the last actor who ended up winning an Oscar for the Joker was Heath Ledger. So could Joaquin Phoenix be next? Who knows? But anyway. Also premiering at TIFF, there's a film called Just Mercy, which is about a civil rights defense attorney, Brian Stevenson, who recounts his experiences and details the case of a condemned death row prisoner whom he fought to free. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Brie Larson, Jamie Foxx, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. That sounds like it could be interesting. I mean, it's directed by Dustin Daniel Cretton, who's also directing that Shang-Chi movie for Marvel. There's also a film called Ordinary Love, which is about the look of a extraordinary love affair, and it stars Liam Neeson and Leslie Manville. That could be interesting. There's the film The Goldfinch, which stars the likes of Ansel Elgort, Nicole Kidman, Ashley Cummings, Sarah Paulson. Some pretty cool cast members in there too, and it's based on the book by Donna Tartt, and it's about a boy in New York City who is taken by a wealthy Upper East Side family after his mother is killed in a bombing at the Metropolitan Museum of Arts. The trailer for this got released, and it looks really interesting, so I'm kind of intrigued by that. There's a film called The Sky Is Pink, which is a film that is shot in India and stars Priyanka Chopra. There's a film called The Song of Names, which is directed by Francois Gerard, and stars the likes of Tim Roth, Clive Owen, Catherine McCormack, Eddie Izzard. And it's a detective story spread over two continents and a half century. And beneath the film's stunning and pulsing musical revelation, burn the horror of a war and lost souls extinguished from history. That could be interesting. There's a film called True History of the Gang, which is directed by Assassin's Creed director Justin Kurzel and stars the likes of Russell Crowe, Charlie Hunnam, Nicholas Hoult. And it's the story of Australian bush ranger Ned Kelly and his gang as they flee from authorities during the 1870s. Wow, that could be interesting. There's a film called Western Stars, which is a documentary about Bruce Springsteen. That could be cool. I mean, Bruce Springsteen is the boss, so hey. There's a film called Bad Education, which is directed by Corey Finley, who last directed that movie Thoroughbreds. And this film here stars Hugh Jackman, Alice Janney, Alex Wolff, Jimmy Tatro, Catherine Narducci, Geraldine Viswanathan, Ray Romano, and it's based on the single largest public school embezzlement scandal in history. Wow, that sounds interesting. There's a film called Coming Home, which is shot in U.S. South Korea, and it's directed by this director named Wayne Wang. And it's pretty much a journey for an aspiring writer who comes home to care for his ailing, cancer-stricken mother. Wow, we also got The Farewell, which also looks great too. So actually it's called Coming Home Again. I accidentally called it Coming Home, but it's called Coming Home Again. That should be interesting to watch. There's Dolomite Is My Name, which is a Netflix film that stars Eddie Murphy as a character of comedian Rudy Ray Moore, who played the iconic pimp named Dolomite, and he made and he of course transformed himself into a self-made blaxploitation star during the 1970s. I mean, hey, it's a very different role for Eddie Murphy. This is not a straight up comedy. I mean, it's about comedians, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna have some comedy, some humor in it. But it's gonna be sort of like that movie about Andy Kaufman, Man on the Moon, where it has comedy in it, but it's gonna be more serious than full on humor. So yeah, I mean it's also gonna be a Netflix release, so there's that. Let's see. There's a film called Emma, which is shot in Chile and is directed by Pablo Larraín, who directed Jackie, and stars Gael Garcia Bernal and Santino Cabrera. There's a film called Beginnings, which is directed by Drake Darmas and stars the likes of Shailene Woodley, Jamie Dornan, and Sebastian Stan. And it's about a 30-something woman who navigates through love and heartbreak over the course of 1 year and comes out the other side. There's a film called Frankie, which is directed by low man director Ara Sash and stars the likes of Marissa Tomei, Brandon Gleeson, Isabella Hubbard, Greg Kinnear, and it's about like three generations grappling with with a life changing experience during one day of a vacation in Santaria, Portugal, and it's a which is a historic town known for its dense garden and fairy tale of villas and palaces and all. There's a movie called Greed, which is like a satire film that takes a look at the lives of the super rich and all. This film stars Asa Butterfield, Isa Fisher, and Steve Coogan, and is directed by Michael Winterbottom. There's a Guest of Honor, which is directed by Atom Ojan, and stars the likes of Leslie D. Oliveria, David Dallas, and Luke Wilson. And it's about a man's daughter who's like a high school teacher who is accused of abusing her position of authority with a student. So you guys know how that plays out. There's a film called Heroic Losers. Don't know a whole lot about that. There's a movie Honey Boy, which is actually based on the life of actor Shia LaBeouf. And get this, Shia LaBeouf actually plays his own father in the movie, while Lucas Hedges and Noah Schnapp plays the younger version of Shia LaBeouf. So I think this sounds really cool. I'm really intrigued by this. There's a film called Hope Gap, which is directed by William Nicholson and stars Annette Bening and Bill Nye. And it's about like a couple's visit with their son that takes that ends up taking a dramatic turn when the father tells him he plans on leaving his mother. Wow, that sounds interesting. There's a film called How to Build a Better Girl, which stars the likes of Emma Thompson, Alfie Allen, Chris O'Dowd. And it's pretty much about teen Joanna Morgan, who reinvents herself as Dolly Wilde, who's a fast-talking lady sex adventurer who moves to London and gets a job as a music critic in the hope of saving her poverty-stricken family. It also stars Beanie Feldstein, who's actually in one of my favorite movies right now, Booksmart. Anyway, there's also a film called I Am Woman, which stars Tilda Common, Harvey, Evan Peters, and the film is about the rise of singer Helen Reddy, who was into a symbol for independent women in the 1970s. I'm always fascinated with a true story film and a music biopic, so why not? And Evan Peters, of course, also stars. I mean, Evan Peters is a cool actor, so I'll probably definitely watch it because he's in it. The trailer for this just got released, and that's Jojo Rabbit, which stars Taika Waititi as Adolf Hitler. Yeah, that's. I mean, the trailer just got released for this, and I cannot wait to see this. I really like the trailer that just got released, and this movie looks like it's gonna piss a lot of people off. And also, there's the Judy Garland biopic Judy with Renee Zellweger. Cannot wait for that. There's the Ryan Johnson film Knives Out, which is the whodunit ensemble thriller that stars the likes of Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Christopher Plummer, Micah Shannon, Toni Collette. I mean, goes on and on. Really great cast. There's the film Marriage Story, which is directed by Noah Baumbach and will be released by Netflix, and stars the likes of Scarlett Johansson, Adam Driver. And it's a story of pretty much divorce as it plays out. So I don't really know a whole lot about the details of this movie, but all I know is it's pretty much about divorce. So there's a film called Military Wise, which which stars Sharon Horgan and Kristen Scott Thomas. That could be interesting. There's the Ed Norton directing and starring film Motherless Brooklyn, which stars the likes of Ed Norton, Bruce Willis, Leslie Mann, William Dafoe, Michael K. Williams, and it's pretty much about this private eye who implicated with Tourette's syndrome and tries to solve the murder of his friend and mentor. That sounds interesting. I kind of intrigued by that. There's Pedro Almodovar's film Painted Glory with Antonio Banderas and Penelope Cruz. That could be interesting to watch. There's Bong Joon Ho's new film Parasite. That could be interesting. There's the film Portrait of a Lady on Fire. There's a film called The Friend, which is directed by Gabriella Copperway and stars the likes of Casey Affleck, Dakota Johnson, and Jason Segel. I mean, it's pretty much about like a man whose terminally ill wife has 6 months to live. So he invites his best friend to move in and help Brow and all that. And the friend also has like a profound impact on the entire family and all. That could be interesting. There's Steven Spielberg's new movie, The Laundromat, which is a comedy that follows the investigative work by a group of journalists who ends up exposing the Panama Papers. And you got a cast that includes Meryl Streep, Gary Oldman, Antonio Banderas, David Schwimmer. It's also being released by Netflix, so I mean, Steven Spielberg's second Netflix release of the year, so that could be interesting. There's a horror film, The Lighthouse, directed by the Witch director Robert Eggers and starring Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. That could be interesting. I did not care much for The Witch, but hey, I'm a fan of Robert Pattinson, so I'll definitely see this because he's in it. Of course, he's our new Batman, by the way, so there's that. There's also a film called The Other Lamb coming out, which stars Michelle Huisman from Game of Thrones fame. There's a film called The Painted Bird. Got my computer's about to die, so we gotta speed this up. So I'm not gonna read what all the films synopsis are gonna be. So anyway, there's also a film called The Painted Bird, which stars the likes of Stellan Skarsgård, Barry Pepper, and Harvey Keitel. That could be interesting. There's a film called The Personal History of David Copperfield, which is of course based on the book by Charles Dickens and stars Dev Patel, Ben Whishaw, Hugh Laurie, Tilda Swinton, Gwendoline Christie. Could be interesting. And it's also directed by the guy who did that Death of Stalin movie from last year. There's a film called The Report, which is directed by Scott Z. Burns and starring John Hamm, Annette Bening, Adam Driver, Corey Stowe, and it's pretty much about how like the CIA agents use extreme interrogation tactic on suspects behind the 9/11 terror attacks on New York City. And the film actually premiered at Sundance with rave reviews, and it's gonna open like in the fall, so that could be interesting. There's a film called The Two Popes, which is directed by Fernando Morelos, who did the Content Garner, and stars Jonathan Pierce and Anthony Hopkins. And it's pretty much explores the relationship and visions between two of the most powerful leaders in the Catholic Church, who are of course the two major popes. One is of course Pope Benedict and all. I mean, this is also going to be a Netflix release, so there's that. I mean, Anthony Hopkins, he's in this, so I'm a big Anthony Hopkins fan. So hopefully it's good because Anthony Hopkins lately has not had the best career as of late. So should be interesting to see how that turns out. And last but not least, there is the comedy Uncut Gems, which is directed by Good Time directors, the Safdie brothers, and stars Adam Sandler as his character named Howard Ratner, who's a charismatic New York City jeweler who always is on the lookout for the next big score. So when he makes a series of high stakes bets that could lead to the windfall of a lifetime, Howard must perform precarious high wire act, balancing business, family, and enroaching adversaries on all sides in his relentless pursuit of the ultimate win and all. So yeah, this is a very different film by Adam Sandler, and even though I love Adam Sandler when he does comedies, I gotta say it's always cool to see Adam Sandler do something very more serious, and this is probably gonna have some comedy in it. Like it's probably gonna have some humor, but it's probably gonna be more serious than you expect. And I mean, it's released by A24, produced by Martin Scorsese, Adam Sandler's involved. Sign me up! I'm definitely intrigued by this. But surprisingly, no Irishman. Kind of weird. I'm with no Irishman in this list. I'm a little worried about that film. Like, despite being Martin Scorsese and all that, I'm getting a little cautious if that movie is even going to be good or not now. But I mean, it's Scorsese, and he barely disappoints. So hopefully, I mean, these are just a few of the list. I mean, who knows? Maybe down the line, the Irishman actually might sneak into there down the line. Who knows? But yeah, I'm a little disappointed to not see the Irishman in this list, but I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much all the films that's going to be premiering at TIFF. Let me leave to you guys. Which of these are you interested in checking out? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movies signing off.